Hey, Shalom. Want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, the first precept I want to go to is Joel, the 2nd chapter. So let's go there. We'll start at the top. All right? It reads, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in the holy mountain, in my holy mountain." Now, Isaiah 58:1, same thing. It tells us what? To lift our voice up like a trumpet and shew my people their transgression. So that's what the prophets are commanded to do. That's a commandment. When he told Peter to feed the sheep 3 times, that was a commandment. Okay? So we're supposed to go out on the highways and byways and the chief places of concourse and teach, man. That is our role in this movie. All right, but continuing on. All right. "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, serve the Lord in fear and trembling. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." We know the day is close because prophecies are playing out. We know it's close, but we know it's not yet because we know things have to play out in a particular order. So we're not gonna get ahead of ourselves, but it's beautiful to see the signs play out exactly how the Lord wrote it. All right, continue verse 2. "A day of darkness and of gloominess." Sounds a lot like Amos, the 5th chapter. "A day of darkness and of gloominess. A day of clouds and of thick darkness." Actually, let me go get that Amos real quick. Actually, it's Amos, the 8th chapter. It's like 8 and start at 11. All right. "Behold, the day," is Amos 8 and 11. "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." So this is something that's prophesied to happen too, and this is going to happen before World War III. So the media stormed the people this curveball, which is misdirection. Okay, when you're a king and you go to war with another kingdom, one of the strategies you have at your disposal is misdirection. You make it seem like you're interested in one thing, or your initiative or your goal is one thing, so that your enemy, they'll leave what you're really after wide open. And remember, war is being waged on the woman. War is being waged on Israel, right? When I say the woman, I'm talking about in the sense that it talks about in Revelation. Revelation, the 12th chapter, where it says, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman and made war with the remnant of her seed." So war is being waged on us. Okay, and our people are being misdirected with all these different things, but what their true initiative and goal is to defile the temple once more, the same way they did in 70 AD. They wanted to defile the temple. Now, what's the temple this time? You. They want to put charagma, the M-A-R-K, in you. So they're setting up this new monetary system. They already did the trial run with C-19, with Vanessa, to see, who would bend the knee easily. How they could use a pestilence to kind of pigeonhole people into being afraid to just jump on board. So they did these trial runs, but the true goal is to defile the temple. All right? And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive that mark. Okay? So now we go back to Joel 2. Joel 2 and 2 once more. It says, "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains." So let me go now to Amos 5, like I initially wanted to. And we'll go there real quick and read that to see the similarities. Okay, Amos 5, and we'll start at 18. "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?" So to those who aren't seeking the Lord, the day of the Lord is only going to be to those that aren't seeking Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The day of the Lord is only going to be destruction unto them. Only going to be judgment. But to the elect, man, it's going to be the threshold of the new heavens and the new earth. All right? Amos 5 and 18 once more. "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him," representing escaping one life-threatening or for sure death situation, one peril only to run into another. That's what the day of the Lord is going to be like. It's kind of like you know those horror movies where they're running away from the bad guy. They think they got away, and then they turn around or they open the door and he's right there. The death is constantly right there in your face, man. That's what it's going to be. All right. Verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Okay. Now let's go back to Joel 2 and finish that out. Because the Lord, just like it talks about in Daniel 12:1 and in Matthew 24:21, it lets you know that the time that is coming upon earth is going to be unlike any time documented or undocumented. It's going to be the worst time upon the earth ever. Okay? We'll start at the top of 2 again. Joel 2:2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. And this is what the Lord has put the Spirit on his men to warn the people of. They're going to be without excuse, man, because they've been told time and time and time again. Okay? A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. All right? A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land, a fire burning before you, and behind you, man, is no escape. He's giving you vivid imagery. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yeah, and nothing shall escape them. You know, so the day of the Lord is right here, but it's not yet. And don't get fooled by the misdirection. Okay, a brother put an article in the chat 2 days ago that brought out that Ukraine is let me see here. It's like it said Ukraine is the global headquarters for human trafficking, and that 40% of child pornography is shot in Ukraine. And all these displaced people, you know, are going to these countries, and and people are going to be benefiting from it, because they're going to be able to pay these people with, you know, give them bullshit pay, basically, you know, cheap labor, and nations are going to be benefiting from it. All right, so it's always something, man. Things are never quite really what they seem, especially when it comes to this devil, man. He's the master deceiver. Okay. Now let's go, wait a minute here. Did I finish what I wanted in Joel 2? Yeah. So yeah, man, the perils, they're right here, okay? If you think back to when you were Esau's food system, and you guys were reviewing World War II and the conflict with Japan, and all the Japanese people here in America, they did what to them? They put them in concentration camps. You still got to see people going to these FEMA camps, man. In bulk, right? And you Jake will hear us say that and say, that seems far-fetched. Hey, 3 years ago, it would have sounded implausible that they would have been letting people go, firing people, you know, for not wanting to get Vanessa. They would be letting people go, you know, for not wanting to wear you know, cloth over their face. It would have seemed far-fetched. But I bring up that example with the Japanese, with the Ammonites, because that wasn't that long ago. Just little spots of elderly people that were alive during that time. That you know, that their parents were around when that was fully going. So, you know, remember who you're dealing with. Remember who our adversary is. But it's not given to them to see. All right? That has to take place. Famine of the word has to take place. Hyperinflation has to take place. And chiefly, charagma has to take place. All these things are going to be happening. In the midst of those things, then World War III happened. And World War III is prophesied when you go over to the next chapter, in Joel, the 3rd chapter. It's prophesied to happen in a specific area. The Valley of Jehoshaphat. Like Iran in that area. That's where all the nations are going to meet. That's going to be the battlefield. That's where the climax of the story is going to take place. Right? So, you know, you can't always believe what you see on the news, especially social media, but you can believe the scriptures. That's a for sure. We know we can always go to that, and we know for sure things are going to play out according to that. And the world is going to realize that here soon, man. The world is going to realize it. When everything hits the fan and people realize that this man is truly the devil, people are going to be looking for answers. And the Lord's going to give his men fame, and people are going to be like, where are those guys at? That were going into this perpetually, that were cursing people out, telling them to repent. Everything they said is coming true. You know? And that's another about the you know, the jumper. You know, when you think about it, that has completely been pushed to the back of the room. Why? How many I told you so's would be coming out if that was still the topic? All the videos on TikTok with these Edomites exposing their leaders to be liars and wicked. People be like, oh shit, they were right, it's true. Even us going into it and being flagged for bringing out particular information. You know, I'm on this page right now. I'm on my backup page right now because I uploaded an old camp video, and we mentioned particular things about the jump shot, which they eventually admitted to be true. And my video still was flagged. It was a premiere video, and it didn't even show yet. You know, so. You know, but it would be the biggest I told you so in his devil's face, and his credibility would be even more shot than what it already is. You know, but people are gonna realize where the truth really is, and that's with the Lord's men. All right, Amos 3:7. People are gonna realize why this wickedness is truly taking place on the earth, because a change in rulership is getting ready to go down. You know? So right now is our time to, you know, have our head in the book, man. To have our eyes single, man. To have that tunnel vision on what's really important. We seek salvation. We seek the new heavens and the new earth, man. All right? That's what we seek. So, time to have our head in the book. Time to have our head in the book, man, and continue to build our spiritual and mental fortitude. All right, so with that being said, I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us the truth and rule well. All right, and I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.